Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Everyone have a good lunch? Yep. All right. And if you didn't, we've got some good stuff for you to digest this afternoon. We're going to start the second part of the day with implementing digital transformation. And we've got a nice list of speakers this afternoon who are going to be addressing that. Our first speaker this afternoon comes to us from Huawei Technologies. He is the President, Industry Marketing and Solution Department at Huawei Technologies. So please give a round of applause to Mr. Dong Yu. There you go.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon, I'm going to share some of our opinion in the digital transformation. But if we share the digital transformation, we would like to share what we are doing, what Huawei ourselves are doing at first. So let me introduce Huawei very briefly. We are a company, last year our sales revenue reached $92 billion US. And we are a 30 years old company. You can see that our growth rate are very high during the last 30 years. And give you some of the very brief introduction of Huawei. We have office in 170 all over the world, and we have 180,000 employees. Among that, around 80,000 engineers from the R&D, and we have 36 joint innovation centers and 14 global R&D centers all over the world. Last year, we ranked 83 among the global 500. So right now, we are a huge company right now. But during our growth, we start from zero. We start from startup companies, and then we expand in the domestic market in China, and then we expand to the overseas market, and then we become international and then a global giant. During all the 30 years, our IT department have contributed a lot in our development. Let's see a very short clips. This is our first data center in Bantian headquarters in Shenzhen. Can you imagine that this data center it was built in 2002. It was 16 years ago. So imagine 16 years ago, we have a first data center that have 4,000 square meters, and we have around 1,600 racks and around 6,000 servers and network equipment equipped in these data centers. So it is a huge data center from a new company. You can imagine that at that time, 16 years ago, we were not as large as we are right now. But we leave a lot of space for the future development. We look forward that we are building a large enterprise data center to support our future growth. So although in the first year, we have used only a small fraction of the data center. And then several years later, it became fully occupied. We cannot imagine how fast that we grow and how fast that we are using the data center space, the resource from the data center. So you can see that those are the modular data center that we deployed outdoor to support the business growth in the next several years. And then finally, we have a new data center in Songshan Lake, which is in another city in China, in Dongguan City. So those was our latest data center, although those data center is much bigger than the first one. We have 40,000 square floor space, and it is a modern, intelligent data center right now. So I reviewed the period of our construction of the data center. Just want to see that if you want to have the IT business to support the business growth, you need to think forward, because always the IT consumptions is much faster than you imagine. Okay, since Huawei is a technology company, we provide the product to our customers. So our engineers always think of doing things from the technical part. But in the area of the IT constructions, in the area of the big digital transformations, IT is important. Of course, we're going to have cloud-based, service-oriented data centers, but the first ultimate goal is the most important thing. So we need to define what is our ultimate goal. So our goal should be how we can satisfy the customer and how we can improve our profitability growth, and how we can improve our company's efficiency. This is our first goal. So when we was a small company, we used the way of doing business in the centralized way of doing business. Because we are small, so everything will be controlled, centralized. But when we grow our business very rapidly, we are facing a very fierce, very different, diverse situations. Our office all over the world, and our customer are totally different, and our business is uncertainties. So how can we make the decisions in the centralized? So we need to transform our decision-making way from the centralized to the decentralized. And we need to equip our experts, our engineers, our staffs in the field, in the ground, to make the decision very quickly. But they need to be equipped with enough knowledge. They need to make the right decisions. So the methodology that we are doing this is, we put the elite, we put the expert in the ground, in the front line, in the field, and help them to make decisions by constructing a big platform. So this is our methodology. So this picture shows a complete. This picture shows a complete message of from the goal, decision, to the methodology, and to the technology support. Then we are telling us we need to focus on the customer experience. What is the common experience they like? So there are 4 major factors. That is, we call it roles. Roles means real time and on demand, or online, do it yourself, and social. So those are the common user experience that whatever our customer or partner or suppliers want. So we define everything regarding to the experience. We need to follow the rules. And then in this way, we can define what our IT transformation should be. So we define 3 major steps, 3 major changes. The first one is we are changing our IT from closed IT, from the silos IT to the cloud and service-based IT architecture. I think that would be the most situations, because in the past, you construct a lot of silos. You construct based on the requirement of your business. And then you get more and more silo systems, and you want to connect with them with horizontals. but you'll find out it's so difficult to connect with them horizontally. The system becomes a lot more complex. And then we are thinking about why don't we put a unified, integrated system that can support this way. It is a must, because once you have more and more silos, it will be no way for you to support the business, because the system gets too slow, too expensive. For example, if we want to establish a new store in Ghana, in Africa, take example, we want to do it in a month. But if you have the old IT systems, you can only do it within 6 to 9 months. Definitely, this cannot support the business growth. So the demand, the requirement should be, we need to help our business unit to reach their business target. And then we have to do it within 1 month. And how about within 1 week? So this is our goal. So we need to change the IT systems. And the other point is we need to change the internal process operations to the user experience. Because traditionally, our IT department, they accept the demand from the business unit, and they focus on how to realize the functionalities. But seldom they care about the user experience. And right now, the user experience is so important that without caring the user experience, the users cannot do it very easily, and they will lose the confidence of the whole systems. So we need to do it. We need to transform it. And the third part is from the internal IT system to the real-time intelligence system. We connected with our users. Because in the past, our IT department only deal with something internally, but nowadays, we are doing business with our customer, and customer want to have their system connect with our IT systems. And then it comes to our suppliers. They also want to connect their supplier system into our IT system, and then comes to our partners. Our partner want to also to cooperate with us. So the IT system should be open to not only to our customer, but for all of the ecosystems that work together with us. So those are the 3 fundamental changes that we are using to do. And then we got several results that I share with you. The first result is we improve the efficiency for our R&D. Because you see, we have a lot of investment in the R&D teams. We have 15 R&D centers globally. We have 1,500 labs, and we have more than 80,000 employees. And then in the past, when we develop a product, we need to prepare for the environment for maybe 2 or 3 months. But definitely, this cannot reach the target. And then right now, when we build a unified R&D cloud, and we decoupled the R&D process into 7 different parts, and we built 7 different small clouds to support R&Ds, and it improves the efficiency of the R&D works very, very quickly, and help to improve our efficiencies. And the other part is our manufacturing. We have a manufacturing operating center in our factory in Songshan Lake right now. And the manufacturing operating center can visualize, can check the situations, not only our own factory, but they can also check the situations of our suppliers. Our suppliers provide the component and product to us. And we need to know if there are any problems from the suppliers, and are there any problems? And also we need to know exactly what our quality of our product. In case if there are some quality problems happen in the test procedures, we need to know immediately, and we need to prepare for something in our factories. And so we also need to analyze the big data systems that in order to check the quality issues. So this way we build operating centers to support all the manufacturing systems. And then about the logistics. It is a similar ways. We need to monitor all the warehouses globally. We need to know what is our goods or what is our products are delivering, and where they are going, and is there any problems during their way to our customers. So all of these things we need to monitor, and we have the visual logistical platforms also. And then our 180,000 employees are working all over the world. They need to collaborate together. They need to work very closely. So we build a wheeling systems that connect all the people from our company. Not only the people, but they will connect all the knowledge, all the business experience, and all the devices that can be connected. While they are having the meetings, they can initiate the applications right away, so they can share with a lot of information with each other. So those are our IT systems and how we build our IT system and what we are thinking about. And then last year, we are thinking about, because Huawei's park, Huawei's campus, maybe we are one of the most complicated campus all over the world. Because we have scattered all in 170 countries, and we have a lot of employees. We have almost everything that the campus has. Why don't we use the platform to support the Huawei campus? And then we start to building a Huawei Park, intelligent Huawei Park. And we believe that once we build the intelligent Huawei Park, we will provide a service to our partners as well. So we start to do this. Once we start to do this, we are facing a lot of new difficulties. We got to manage 600,000 objects all over our campus. And can you imagine that there are 24 different departments are related to the Huawei Park. So seems small, but it's quite a difficult job for us to do. And then we built a platform. You can check what we have done. This is one of small scenarios for a fire, accident, and then once we detect the fire accident, we will launch the emergency plan. Just with one click, you get all the SMS sent to all the emergency response teams. And also, you get all the access control gate open, and you select the personnel to be informed. All around the buildings get a similar message, and let them know what is happening, and let them to go leave the building. And they will broadcast the fighting instructions to everyone. And then you shut down the elevators. So you can see that with one small scenarios, you need to connect all the different departments, all the different roles. So that's why this is a complex situations, complex scenarios. How we do this? Because we build a platform that put all of the common component into the platform. That is the IoT. Every campus, every park need IoT. We put a video cloud into the platform. We put a big data function there, and we put a unified communication platforms in the platform. And of course, we put a GIS in that. And then upon that, we open all the interface to the different department. And then the scenario that you just see is an integrated operating center that can use all of the functions from the platforms. So those I just introduced one of the practice in Huawei Park using innovative ways. But you may see that since Huawei is a technology company, we have enough knowledge to build the systems. How about there are a lot of companies, they want to have the business transformation, but they don't have the enough knowledge. How can we do it? Then I will tell you a story in Gaoqing. This is a story of the smart city. Gaoqing is a small county in the Zibo city in Shandong province. It is not a big county. You have 370,000 populations, and the GDP is also not big. It was about 1.5 billion US dollars each year. So this is not rich, very ordinary county, small county. But why we are doing this? Because there are mainly two reasons. The first reason is the leader of the city, the mayors, are very aggressive to change. They are very aggressive to lead the transformations. This is one part. And the other part is, this is very typical inside China and all over the world. You can see that, you can imagine that there are more than 2,800 counties similar want to change. And once we can deploy the smart city here, we are quite sure that we can do it in the other areas. Then we start to do it. After there's not 1 year, after half years, we help them to build several systems. I'll show you one of the systems that happening. You can see the video.
We built a full process intelligent supervision platform for transportation, loading and offloading of hazardous materials. It fully integrates with the business systems of State Administration of Work Safety, Quality and Technology Supervision Bureau, Transportation Bureau, and Public Security Bureau in order to have a 360-degree view of the movement of vehicles with hazardous materials. Before loading the vehicle, the 4 bureaus would need online verifications of all the electronic waybills, which via the big data platform for hazardous materials. By entering the vehicle offloading area, the platform uses 3D GIS technology which visualizes the daily production and operation. Video analytics identifies the vehicles, taking full advantage of the navigation and positioning module and virtual checkpoints to initiate online alarming of vehicles' routes and of the positions where the vehicles load on and load off. Intelligent video and image analysis will verify the correct number of working staff and secure their identity, and whether the safety measures have been taken into account, in order to justify and control the safe on and offload of the hazardous materials. The working staff and vehicles are supported with multimedia communication for unified dispatch and command and control via the dedicated ELTE mobile broadband network. During the transportation process, the navigation and positioning module will map, track, and trace the vehicle's routes, and face recognition function will identify a driver's status in order to avoid fatigue driving or other risks. Gaoqing Intelligent Platform for Supervision and Transportation of On- and Offloading Hazardous Materials is a typical successful case which is built on our 5 capabilities, which significantly diminishes and controls the risks that are at stake with the supervision and transportation of hazardous materials.
So you can see that the dangerous chemical enterprises are just one of the application scenarios, and they have expanded the scenario to the 7 of the whole cities in the first phase, and they are going to expand it more. So the reason why they can do it is because they built a unified platform at first. And the unified platform empower their capabilities of doing the applications very quickly and powerfully. So back to the technical part. We are technology companies. Traditionally, we used to provide a product to the customer, but in the era of the digital transformations, we need to think about the architecture level innovations for our customers. So this is the key point. And since Huawei Technologies, we have our focus. Our focus is about the technology and some of the key things like the chips, the algorithms, and some of the architectural design capabilities. And the product that we invested in we invest 14.9% of our total revenue inside R&D. So those are the areas that we invested in. That is the cloud, pipe, and some of the devices that we provide the customers, and we provide open interface to our customers. We have strict boundaries that we will not touch the application part because we want to let our partners to do the application part. In this way, we can cooperate together with the whole industries. So this is our positioning. And we do have some of the technologies because our DNA is our technologies. And you can see in our booth that the full stack cloud we provided here. You can check out the details. And we also showed our ultra-fast networks and the boundless computing capabilities. And you also can share, can experience storage as a service systems in our booth. I won't go into the details of the technical part, but I would like to see that the technical part is important, but if you consider the business part, it is also most important thing we need to consider. But there's a huge gap between the technical part and the business part. So we need to fill in the gaps by cooperating with our partners, by cooperating with our customers together to do it. Then we can realize the digital transformations. So for the details, I would like to invite you to visit our booth. It's in the hall 13. The position is C01. And you can experience three parts. In the middle of the part, you can experience the technology part. And then below that, you have the industry scenarios that you can experience some of the innovative technologies, how they deployed in the industry scenarios. And the other part is about our ecosystem. We invited some of our global partners to share with you about how we work together to provide the solutions. And we also invite you to share some of the interesting topics, like we provide the smart city operating systems. What is that? And also we can tell you the details of our Gaoqing practice. And you also can check the detailed technical part of our full stack cloud. And we can also tell you the story of our Shenzhen Airport business transformation. It's a very interesting story. And you can also experience the boundless computing technologies. So in summary, what we are doing is not only the ICT infrastructure. What we are doing is we want to provide a platform. We position ourselves as a platform of the platforms because there are a lot of platforms players in different areas, in different vertical industries. So we provide a platform that we put the common capabilities of the ICT part into it and help the application providers and help our customers to do their business easily and powerful. One thing I want to share is our opinion, our mindset is regarding the ecosystems. We aim to build a Costa Rica ecosystem. The key point of the Costa Rica ecosystem is it's an open system. It is a diverse system. So we believe that in the digital transformation age areas, the bigger cake is more important than the bigger piece. And in the past, many companies managing the competitions, but now we rather managing the corporations because we believe that we are in the area of the bigger industries. And the last part is we believe that benefit sharing is the most important. So in order to keep the whole ecosystem doing, and in order to work closely with our customer, we have built open labs all over the world. Last year, we launched the Open Lab plan, and it is going very well. We have built 10 open labs all over the world, and we're going to have 20 in the future. So in summaries, if we talk about the digital transformation, a successful digital transformation requires there are 4 crises, the four parts. The first part is you need to have the top leadership, because digital transformation is not only the technical part. It's about the vision. It's a vision driving. So the other thing is you need a very strong execution teams that help you, because this is not an easy job to do. So those teams should be strong to cooperate with different departments to break the walls from the different departments. And the third part is you need to have the industry-leading digital partners. The partner could be one and could be several. You need to build a small ecosystem that help you to realize your dreams. And the last one, which is also very important one, is you need to have the solid investment. You cannot do it only based on the new business model that you want to imagine it to benefit in a very quickly. It's so difficult. So we advise you that prepare some money, have the solid investment in it, and then you'll see the result. So I want to share with my last opinion. In the digital transformation area, we want 1%. 1% means the cake is so big that if we get 1%, it will be enough for our future growth space. And 1% is a huge number. And the other meaning of 1% is we are just in the very beginning. We are in a very starting phase. So the road to the digital transformation is only 1%. We have a long way to go. OK, thank you.